Here we go. First of all, I'm gonna start off. Y'all gotta forgive me. I did not do any preparation for this video. This is completely compulsive. Right off the top of my head, just simply because I've been working. But my phone keep beeping and alerts keep going off and different things like that. And I'm thinking, Joe Biden just did something with Ukraine, or Putin did something new, or China just did something, that shocked everybody. And to my realization, the hottest topic right now is the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid. That's what we worrying about. Of all the things that's going on in America, let alone the world, we worried about the Little Mermaid. For those of y'all who, and I doubt it very seriously that anybody has not heard about it now, how much it's been talked about, got little kids' reactions to it and all this other kind of stuff. They've decided to cast the Disney character, the Little Mermaid, as a black woman. And so now it's controversial, apparently. Now, I'm going to go ahead and be real with you. I am not politically correct in any type of way. I'm respectful, but I'm also truthful and honest. And I give my perspective based on the information that I've read pertaining to history. So that is where I get my point of view, my perspective from. That's just a heads up. So that's what that is. I'm not sitting here trying to give no disclaimer to pacify anybody's feelings or to shield anybody from anything that I say. If you feel what I'm saying and you understand it and you listen to what I'm saying, then you understand that it's not intended with malice. But if you're one of those people who just get offended based on the first two sentences that comes out of a person's mouth, then that's on you. It's nothing I can do about that. But Little Mermaid, they're tripping on Little Mermaid because they're casting her as a black woman. And it's becoming a big deal because originally the character obviously was not black. She was white. Honestly, I got a problem with that too. And I'm going to tell you why. Because everybody has a culture. Now, for black people, it might be a little bit more difficult to find out the different things in our culture. But with the internet, it's not really that hard. We have a rich history. We have a rich culture that is second to none. Okay? So if the Little Mermaid in its inception, because it did come from a European originally, I'm talking about before Disney remixed it and even touched it. Originally, it came from the European culture. It came from the European people. That's they junk. That's they stuff. So let them have it. Let them keep it. This is my irritation with it. Why do black people keep trying to force other people and other cultures to accept them into their junk? If you got a private club and that private club is exclusively for gay people, that's for gay people. Let them have their stuff. That's for y'all. I don't want to go to a gay club. That ain't my cup of tea. If you got a club that's exclusively for women, let them have their stuff. Go ahead. I don't care nothing about that. That's on you. That's what you want to do. That's what y'all commonality is, and that's what y'all want to do. So handle your business. What I look like busting up into a woman's club talking about, hey, y'all need to let some men up in this piece. That's discrimination. I don't care nothing about that. That don't make no difference to me. As long as the laws are fair and just, when it comes to how you punish and treat people, and that's fair and that's even, I'm good. It's not in America, but you understand where I'm going with it. When it comes to private people stuff, when it comes to people creating up their own stories and their movies and this, that, and the other, that's their junk, man. Let them have it. Furthermore, it's disgraceful to me to make it seem as if black people can't even come up with their own original stories or can't pull from their own culture and their own history in order to give our children and the younger generations something to look back at or to look forward to or to emulate. I don't give a crap about some little goddamn redhead mermaid swimming around in the ocean. That's their mythology. That's their fairy tales. I mean, you can find it back in the Sumerian tales as well, but that's neither here nor there. My point is that story originated from Europe. So let them people have their stuff. We keep trying to do all this all-inclusive stuff. You ever bought a one-size-fit-all? That junk is a lie. I don't care what you say. Everything that said one size fit all, it did not fit all people. It didn't fit. It's a lie. Because there's no such thing as a one size fit all. And we keep trying to make everything and everybody the same. We try to make everything work in a way that it accommodates everybody, and you can't do that. I'm gonna tell you what an old head told me one time. This is my first experience in corporate America, and I had an old head. He schooled me. And I was running around as a manager trying to make sure everything was in place, everything was this and everything was that. And I'm trying to make sure everybody taken care of, everybody happy, this, that, and the other. And no matter how hard I tried, I realized that people were still not happy or not completely satisfied. Right? And then the old head pulled me to the side. He said, "Hey, man, check this out." He said, "I see what you're doing, and it's very admirable. And it's cool that you feel the sense of responsibility to try to take care of everybody in their respective places." He said, "But I'm telling you, what you're trying to do is impossible." He said, "You could go out here and take your own personal money, get $50 and give everybody in this crowd $50. All of the men that you're responsible for, you can give them all $50. Just out of the kindness of your heart, for no reason at all, just cause. And somebody in that crowd is still going to say, well, damn, he could have gave us 100. You cannot do it. You cannot accommodate everybody. You cannot please everybody. And there's no such thing as one size fit all. Black folks, if you want a character, create your own junk. Puff got money. Jay-Z got money. It's countless of other super wealthy black people out here in the industry. Tyler Perry, i.e., got his own studio. Y'all can get together and create your own stuff. You've done it. So why is this such a big deal about a black woman playing that role? Let them people have it. Go give it to Taylor Swift. Let her sing it. Let her do it. And y'all give the young black girl Haley something else to do. And pay the girl good. It's ignorant to me. And a lot of things that we make such a big deal in society today is just so simple. It's so simple. And I feel myself becoming a grouch, because the more I read history, the more I see it repeating itself, the more I see the ignorance, the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding, the lack of just common sense. The stuff is getting ridiculous to a point where it's like, who am I talking to? Am I talking to adults or am I talking to children? You understand that you got to pat a child on the behind every now and then to keep him in line and get him straight. But you expect that child, after he's gotten so many whoopings, that they begin to understand and they learn. Or bump their head enough that hey, I got to duck when I go in this building. Or just experience along with teach a person, hey, common sense would tell me, if that happened the last 13 times I did it, let me do something different. We're not doing it. We're not learning. And we look stupid. And it's an embarrassment to the generation that comes behind us because their mistakes are going to be worse than our mistakes because we didn't even teach them right. Don't even make sense, do it? Anyway, we live in a society now that's trying to wash away a lot of stuff that has happened and try to correct a lot of things. And I understand it. But at the same time, we have to be understanding that some things ain't meant to be washed away. Some things are meant to be remembered. That way you can grow from it. And though I understand the gesture of trying to make the mermaid black, I understand this whole thing where, you know, having someone that represents certain demographics increases the psyche of certain demographics. I understand it. I get the psychology behind it. But it also negates the psychology of seeing someone being able to produce a certain demographic, being able to produce for themselves. Our power is being taken away from us and we don't even realize it. We give it away. We give it away. So, my famous 3 things that I say every time. You got to know yourself. Know yourself. Remember your ancestors and honor them. You create. You know what your ancestors did in the past, and you try to either duplicate or exceed that. In doing so, you build your community. Know yourself. Remember your ancestors. Build your community. Kush.